Hey everyone, Merry Christmas. I have my Christmas jumper on. Sorry, very, very sorry. I am still COVID positive, so I'm not going anywhere for Christmas today. I hope that my neighbours are going to be quiet because obviously being Christmas Day I suspect that they will want to be playing with new toys and new bits and pieces, so if you hear any background noise, massive apologies. I'm now on antibiotics and I am feeling a lot better than I was, but I'm still not feeling 100%, so I'm still not feeling great. So this may be a very long video, or I may have enough energy to do some editing and kind of shorten it if I possibly can, but that depends on how much energy I have after filming. So anyway, I'm COVID positive. I don't feel great, but I decided that I really, really wanted to film this video. This video is about my word of the year for 2023. So this will be my bullet journal for 2023, and if you haven't seen my planner lineup, I will link the video for you up above in the cards there. So if you can't tell, I don't do what's it called again? Calligraphy on a regular basis, so I'm not very good at it. So this is the first page of my bullet journal, and in my personal view I kind of fucked it up because it's gone from the size that I wanted it to be to bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is what happens when you don't practice your calligraphy on a regular basis. But anyway, the reason why we're in this one in the first place, and I will get one of my clips out, is because I'm first of all going to talk about previous words of the year. So I have been doing a word of the year since 2018, and I feel that if you want to know where you're going in the new year, you have to look back at where you have been. If you're wondering why they're all different colours, that is based on the Pantone colour of the year. So my previous words of the year were joy, grow, focus, serenity and flourish. So 2018 was the year that I submitted my thesis and I passed my PhD viva. I was looking for jobs, and so my previous 4 years of my life had been about my PhD. Like, that had been my main focus. I had been focused on getting my PhD. That was the only thing that I was focused on. So in 2018 I just really wanted to have some joy in my life. I wanted to have life not just be about PhD projects, PhD, reading papers, all of that jazz. So in 2018 my word for the year was joy. I didn't necessarily achieve joy. I spent 6 months looking for a new job. I got a job. It wasn't necessarily what I'd wanted, but it paid the bills, and therefore I was kind of grateful for that. But because I had built up such a huge amount of debt, being unemployed for 6 whole months, I couldn't do things that I wanted to do. So, I couldn't afford to go out with my friends, I couldn't afford to go on holiday, I couldn't afford to, kind of buy nice bits and pieces. So 2018 was not necessarily a joyful year. But in 2019, now that I had my job, my word for the year was grow. I do feel, one of my neighbours closing their car door. I do feel that I did manage to grow in 2019. So I feel like I did kind of achieve that word. In 2020, my year was focus. I don't know how disrupted your life was in 2020, but my life was massively disrupted during 2020. So I ended up not doing a lot of the work that I was supposed to be doing for my job because everybody was working from home. If you don't know, I am currently a laboratory-based immunologist, so a lot of my work involves working in a laboratory, and if you can't go into the lab, then you can't really do very much work. I volunteered at the University of Southampton Hospital to do COVID testing for quite a lot of 2020. So I was involved in kind of COVID testing for most of 2020. So my idea of focus kind of went out the window. It was volunteering and helping. Towards the very, very end of 2020, I did do my Association for Project Management qualification. I was very pleased about that. I applied for a job that I really, really wanted, and I was successful in my application. And that was awesome. Sorry, I'm still very sniffy. In 2021, my word for the year was serenity. I don't know if I achieved serenity, but, you know, kind of I was in a much, much better place than I had been in previous years. And 2021 was an amazing year for me. I had an amazing line manager. I worked in a fabulous group. I was very, very happy. I was able to do some personal and spiritual growth. 2021 was just a really, really good year for me. So my word for 2022 was flourish, to build on what I had been able to achieve in previous years. I did not flourish this year. This year has not been a great year. Roll on 2023. So those are my previous words for the year. And so we will be moving on to my word for 2023. And my word for 2023 is perseverance. Now, bearing in mind you've seen how unbelievably awful my personal attempts at calligraphy are, I have decided that I will not be handwriting this word. I will be stamping it instead using this set from My Favourite Things called Well Connected Alphabets. They have letters and numbers. And I've stamped most of it because I didn't want you guys to have to watch me stamp out all of that stuff, because that would have taken forever. And as I said, I don't know how much energy I'm going to have in terms of editing. So I've stamped out most of the word so that you don't have to watch me stamp out all of it. So what I'm going to do on this page, the Pantone colour of the year is Viva Magenta. That, however, does not fit with my bullet journal. So I'm using navy and holographic in my bullet journal setup. I will film my full bullet journal setup later because it's still got mostly post-it notes denoting the things that I want to set up. I've been moving the post-it notes around, you know, kind of moving them from this page to that page, deciding on what order I want everything in before I set everything up. Sorry, really, really sorry. I know I sound like shit, but I basically decided that if I didn't film this today, it was never going to happen. So as I said, I'm going to stamp this word rather than write it because my handwriting is shit. So do tell me in the comments below what your word of the year is and why you have chosen it. So the definition for the word perseverance, let me just get that down from here. It's persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. Steady persistence in a course of action, a purpose, a state, etc., especially in spite of difficulties, obstacles, or discouragement. That is kind of how I feel last year went. Last year was a lot of discouragement, obstacles, difficulties, but I kept going. And I just feel that I didn't. So I set myself 3 goals last year. I didn't achieve any of them. And one of them was to get a new job that I love unfortunately that did not happen. I do have a job, but it's not, you know, kind of, it doesn't align with how I saw my life, you know, the direction that I saw my career heading in. It feels like I've taken a massive back step. It's about 5 years. Basically, it's the kind of job that I could have got when I first finished my PhD, and I feel that I am capable of a lot more. So I am still very desperately looking for, you know, kind of the next role, the you know, kind of where I see myself. So I just need to persevere. I just need to, you know, kind of keep putting one foot in front of the other, keep applying for jobs. I've been applying for jobs the whole of 2022, and I've been getting consistently like 1 or 2 interviews a month. I keep thinking that things went really well during the interview, but apparently they didn't. So I've been for, you know, kind of, I would say 16 interviews this year, and I haven't been offered any of the jobs, which is frustrating, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, especially if you're, you know, applying for the next step up, because you are competing against people who have more experience than you in that particular role, in that particular pay grade. So, you know, kind of the fact that I set that as a goal to get, you know, a new job with better pay, quite possibly, you know, kind of that was an unrealistic goal to set, because you don't know who you're up against, and therefore you don't know that you're definitely going to get a job even if you apply for it. So before I start filling out the dictionary definition down here, which I think I will try and fast forward as much as I possibly can, just wanted to go through some of the other words that I contemplated for this year. So the words that I was thinking about were possibly strong, tenacity, courage, conquer, confidence, and brave. But when I went through the dictionary definitions of all of these words, just persistence was definitely, or perseverance was definitely the word that most fitted with how I want to, you know, kind of go forward this year, or 2023 even. So I've already written out the dictionary can't talk today. Dictionary definition of perseverance, which is my word for 2023. I'm going to film me filling out the dictionary definition on this page, but I will try and speed that up because my handwriting is painfully slow. I've got dysgraphia, so I take a very, 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 very long time to write anything. If you liked me chatting about my word of the year, please do give this video a thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe, please consider subscribing. I just want to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, depending on when I upload this video. And I hope you're all healthy and happy and safe. So take care. Bye.